So, welcome. Tell me who you are and what you're doing here.
Yeah, my name's Gavin Holborn, here helping you with the live stream on the junior committee, seeing some decent bowls.
Now on the junior committee, and it must be almost like a smorgasbord here for you at the moment.
Last couple of days has just been awesome. Especially anyone who saw that live stream of the singles last night. Very quality game.
Huge game. World class, I would suggest. Personally, so we've got some other guys here. The Charles, I don't think I mentioned Charles. That's who I missed from Zone 7. He's from actually originally from Queanbeyan. So he told me he's from the ACT. It's actually Queanbeyan. I used to live in Queanbeyan as well, and I loved it there. But now at year 11, same as Reese at Lumen Christie College in Pambula. And if you're from Lumen Christie, I know there's a bit of a following there at of bowls now, thanks to Reese and thanks to her Australian Open exploits, because they had it on the TVs at the school. Send us a shout out in the live stream.
Now, I've only just stepped into the chair, but I believe that's Reese's bowl just behind the white one, and I think it is Josh Allman's, the blue one just in front, so it's at least 2 shots to Zone Zone 7, who are leading 9-6 after 8.
Yeah, I think it's I think that's right. We've got a lot of light blue bowls here, so a bit of a commentator's nightmare. But we'll see. Reese definitely holding the shot back there, at least one. So I'm just pulling up the YouTube stream now to see if it's fully online. I do think it is. I'll just make sure. Yep. So I'm about to put the link in the comment section for the YouTube stream, so you can put it on your TVs and cast it, or on your devices if you prefer YouTube. Remembering, of course, not to click on any links that don't come from us. Don't give anyone any credit card details. It is definitely a scam if it's not coming from us.
Hopefully all the Maroonville supporters have got on now. I know Wilkes has been getting urgent updates from me about his side, and I'm sure the Raymond Terrace fans are the same, as we watch Jordan's last bowl coming down just outside, so it is 2 to Zone 8. 7. Got it again. 11-6 after 8. 9.
That's who we've been watching a lot of live bowls at the moment, and the zones get a bit tricky in your head sometimes.
Across many rinks, it's been some impressive stuff.
Yeah, an intense job for you, mate. Look at you, because you have to watch all of the zones and all the rinks. You've got a bunch of tournaments coming up. The 7-a-side, then the Australian Nationals. Yeah,
I mean, our listeners, if they've been on here for a while, they've probably heard about our tri-series against Queensland and New South Wales. We had to select a lot of those players based on what we'd seen last year, because there hadn't been much going on in junior bowls at the state level. We do get our players to put in a monthly activity statement, so we do know what our kids are up to. But short time, kids can improve markedly. So all our kids out there that are listening at the moment, we're not going to select the side for nationals straight out of the 8 that played against Victoria and Queensland. You're still in the running, that's for sure. And the 7-a-side, plus what we're seeing this week, will definitely assist those players to show us what they got.
Yeah, exactly right. Now I'm going to introduce the Zone 2 teams, most of them from Raymond Terrace except for Liam. And Liam's from Soldiers Point. But Zoe Nichols is famous here and one of the most well-known characters going around. We have been on the live stream. She's been... she's from Raymond Terrace. Keep saying up the Raymond Terrace. And,
yes, and her mantra is positivity.
Yeah, she's
well known in the junior bowls area for positivity.
Yeah, always smiling, always having a good time. It's lovely to see. Liam from Soldiers Point. Liam tells me he is using red lines. He's wants to be a high school sports teacher, he tells me now, and he's doing sport and agriculture and woodwork. Did have plans to be a tradie, a carpenter, but has just recently shifted in and thinks he wants to do school sport, and that'd be good. He'd run some bowling programs, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we're always looking for people in the school program to be running programs for kids. So
young Charlie, I'll keep saying young Charlie because he's 11 years old. Amazing that he's here. His pop brought him up. And who else have I got there in number 2? Liam. So
This
Jordan
is Liam
Lean.
bowling now, yeah.
Yeah, it's Liam bowling now. Jordan Lean is Raymond Terrace as well. He's in year 11 at Nerang. And definitely not into Taylor Swift.
Right.
Told me outright. We talk about that a fair bit on here. It's just become a bit of a running gag about who got tickets and who didn't. And he said, I didn't even try, not interested. And that's good news. It saved his family a lot of money and him.
Yeah, been very impressed with Jordan. He's been playing great bowls. Seen him in a few school events over the last couple of years as well.
And he's actually skipping, isn't he? That's been a change. Yep. That's a swap because Huxley's playing third now. Yep. So the program says that Huxley's skipping, but no, Jordan's taking that responsibility today.
Yep.
And speaking of Huxley Rowe, he likes Luke Coombs, same as Zoe. He and Zoe go to all the country music concerts and festivals together. Now, what's really good from him is he's finishing year 12 and is just starting a traineeship in nursing, hoping to go to university next year. So he wants to be a nurse. And that's a pretty fantastic career choice as well. Go Huxley.
Yes, very lovely young man. As we see Josh's bowl just finishing behind.
I didn't quite see where Zoe's pink bowl was there. It's just off to the left of Jack on the screen. There it is there. It looks purple on the screen. Isn't that amazing with the green carpet? So these are Zoe's bowls.
Looks almost grey to me, yeah.
I promise you that they are bright pink bowls. And that's not the colour of them at all. But
yeah, so we have two of our state female bowlers playing lead against each other here, so it's always good to see the matchups directly from our point of view as a selector, that's for sure.
They're good mates too, these two, as well. They see them hanging out a lot outside of the actual games themselves.
Yeah, most of our kids are all good friends. They live a lot away from each other, but they do catch up a fair bit in our bowls environment.
I'm going to say that's been, from my perspective, my first one of these events, and that's probably the biggest thing I'll bring from it is the genuine camaraderie. I mean, even last night, Tim and Tom, just before that last end, that
great bowl, Huxley.
Fantastic shot, Huxley.
What a shot.
Got called that way, did exactly what his skipper asked, and has given shot back to Zoe there.
Yeah, brilliant weight. Plays it any heavier, probably gives it away again, and it's hard to try and play that sort of weight. In your own mind for a start, but he's played it perfectly and he's set his team up quite nicely. Zoe's bowl is sort of sticking out a little bit. We need to see how the Zone 2 play this.
Zone 7, Charles, just lining up. Well, he's got some intent there. It looks like it's going to run in. It won't be short.
You put a little bit of weight on and they hold out on that hand.
Yeah. Just wheeling it in. So the guys
grasped it well. I think Zone 2 will try and change this up a little bit.
One of the things that I have noticed now, excuse me, and at the start of the week, is that the players at the start of the week really found reading this green a lot more difficult. So especially in this direction from the wall to the business centre of the club, the heads are a lot wider, a lot more loose, and this side they were quite tight. Now I think there's some of these guys that have just turned up for the fours that haven't been here all week are going to struggle a bit more than I think than the players that have been here for the whole time.
Yeah, and you see another one hanging out there, and the word we're getting back from a lot of the kids is they play a little bit more weight on the hand and they try and narrow it up, but the bowl actually sticks out more with that extra weight. So it looks like they're playing draw line when they're actually not trying to, and that's the feedback we're getting from the kids.
Yeah, a bit of a different surface here under the air conditioner on this carpet, and well-used carpet too. One of the funny things I find about this is the clunk. If you mess a bowl up, you can hear it. There's no hiding from it. It echoes around like an indoor swimming pulled. Tegan Kennedy was at an exchange of Mentos we just saw. I have no doubt that she's got pockets full of those things there at the moment. I'm sure that's why she's wearing a jacket. Little hidden pockets of Mentos.
Yeah. Been very popular this week. So another shot to zone 2.
Zone 7 up 11-6 at the moment, according to that board. But so that was one to zone 2.
Yep.
Excellent. I'll put that on before they get there. We watch these closely. So 10 ends, 11-7, and I'll have a look around and make sure these are up to date. 9-12 after 11 there. So zone 4 making a bit of a comeback on zone 12.
Zoe's just nailed it.
As she has tended to. She's pretty precise. Likes playing lead, by the way.
Yeah, she's really embraced that position, and it's not an easy thing for a lot of kids. They play skip so much because in their own little areas of the world, they're probably the best bowler. And I know Zoe's done a lot of that as well, but she's embraced lead here with not only a zone side, but she's also done that in with our Bowls New South Wales events and also our schools bowls events. And it's a very good pathway lead. It's a good way to get up to the higher levels. In the best teams, everyone wants a good lead.
And there is rare as hen's teeth at times. And look at that. That's 2 pretty damn good lead bowls.
Reese will be looking to drop about a metre in weight.
She's one that surprised me in this game. She has been a bit heavy in the first stages that we sadly weren't able to put on the coverage. But, yeah, definitely Allison. Beautiful lead bowls by Zoe. Throw in there on the accounts here on your Facebook streams and on the live feed. Please throw in your support for your players and your favourite players. I know Raymond Terrace has a huge following. And Zone 7 getting their first real feature here on the live coverage. And down at Marimbula, there'll be a big mob down there sitting around Wilkesy. Yeah, throw a comment in. These players do watch these back for coaching and their own entertainment. And they love to see the guys showing favouritism or showing your favours and your nice compliments to them.
Great effort there from Charlie. As we see Liam coming down on the same hand, if he bends in nice enough, he will be pretty close as well. Just going to pull up a touch short.
Yeah. Here's Mark Allman. I think that's Josh's dad saying hi from Bega.
Yes, that is his dad.
Banging Charlie.
Great shooting, young Charlie.
He's a cracker little bowler, that man. It's good to watch. He's not awkward like some 11-year-olds I've seen. He holds his own up there and he's communicative. It's a shame that Zone 7 was. I'll just let everyone know that at these tournaments, the uniforms, usually the zone has their own uniform. Oh, that's another good one in the head there. But, yeah, they usually have their own uniform for the zones. The club, if they all come from the same club, like Cabramatta or I think Tarrant Point, all 4 of them are from there. They can wear their club uniforms instead. Zone 7, unfortunately, wasn't able to provide a uniform for these guys. So we've got 3 Marimbula in the blue and young Charlie in his Tathra uniform of maroon. And Wilkesy there, plenty of us Dolphins tuning in down south.
Good to hear.
Absolutely great to hear. Oh, great shot.
Joshua, what a bowl. There's a cracking head building up here.
It really is. Young Josh, I would just want to point this out to everyone. We had a chat about this before. Has the best mullet on the arena here at the moment. Don't be fooled like Kobe Katau's hair under the bucket hat, and it's just all long hair. That coming out the back is pure mullet, and the top is almost shaved. It's a brilliant haircut. Hux
is following this. He likes it. Oh, it's just going to hang again. Once again, you put that little bit of weight on. I assume he thought that was nice halfway down the way he was chasing it. But yeah, just hang out that little bit again.
He just stayed, and Josh having put a really good bowl down a second ago, looking to match it up, I'd suggest. And yeah, just that little bit extra weight and hangs.
You can see updated scores scrolling through, and most of them are all very close. So for many of the kids in this particular game, there's 4 sections. In 3 of the sections there was a bye this morning, so it's the first game for 3 of these sides that are out here. And as you were saying, Ben, a lot of these kids haven't played earlier this week as well, so it's trying to find a little bit of the right line on each rink is a little bit different.
See it in a little bit of a rhythm. So getting that rhythm of bowling, the rhythm of your body movements for each delivery. And it can change synthetic, rink to rink. And lots going on. There's some spectacular bowls going down there still. Zone 4 over there, a confident mob of bowlers with Tom. Skipping that team, Tom Rich.
Yeah, they're one of the teams that had to bye this morning, and they're 5 down against Zone 12. Very solid Zone 12.
Yeah, that's right, those Cabra bowlers.
With Zone 16 in that section. That is obviously the pool of death in my mind.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, Zone 16 knocking Zone 12 over this in the first round.
Yep.
Coming from behind, I think they were 7-1 down and just flew in the final 7 ends. Meanwhile here, that's a pretty good head of bowls. Steve Byrne from St Kilda Bowling Club in Dunedin. Confused me every time that, because St Kilda's a town in Melbourne, obviously. But
Charles is just going to be a touch wide.
Yeah. His weight was pretty good.
Very good.
For a dead draw, and just held out there.
So Jordan just about to put down the last bowl for his zone. We believe he's one down to Josh's front blue bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the area.
Johnny Chalker and Eagles.
Oh, what a nice bowl, shot. Jordan. It's just gone out to Charles's last bowl.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that was what that bowl was for, but it's worked out. And maybe another one there.
Yeah, with Reese's front one is probably 2. So Charles just plays the same bowl. He'll be in the count. He doesn't like it.
He's dropped it. He's dropped short. And 1 to Zone 7.
12-7 after 11.
So it's nice to Chalks there just saying, yep, and Eagles. On your Chalks. I hope you're really getting behind this, mate.
Yeah, Chalks is a big supporter of junior bowls over the years.
Yep. And a real good bloke too, by the way.
No, don't say that. He'll hear you.
Yeah, So tell me a story about you, Gab. How have you come through the system?
Surprisingly, I got into bowls because I was medically retired from water ski racing back when I was 21. My old man said, come and play bowls. I said, oh, you're kidding me. No way in the world. Not going to happen. Then I became a teacher the year after, and I actually got into bowls more so through taking kids through the bowls at local sport. So for the past 3 and a plus decades, I've been running school bowls at various levels, all the way up to School Sport Australia, which is great to finally have that national level at schools. But now I've left the school system, employed by Club Marylands with regards to development. So really looking forward to that new stage of my life journey, I suppose.
Yeah, it's always we teach in the government system.
Yeah. 90% of our bowlers who have gone on to high levels of representation in the past 2 decades have come from public schools. I think all the other kids are obviously off their rifle ranges or indoor pools or something, but it's just the way it's been. And I was down at the under 25s and open women's selection trial at Cabramatta the other week, and the first 3 rinks across, of the 24 people, there were 19 had come through the school system and now representing at that high level. So it's been great to be a part of that school's bowls as we see Zoe play another great bowl.
So Reese's first bowl was a toucher on the at the start, and Zoe just replacing her for shot there. Brilliant bowls. But so yeah, that's an amazing story, and coming through from a school system into the club world is a bit of a change, I'd say.
Look, I'd hate to say, wouldn't say that it's necessarily a welcome change, but it's something I'm just passionate about. Kids sport, but especially bowls over the years. So I've been involved in a lot of schools and sport, not just bowls. But I'm really loving this new role, and big plug for Club Marylands, because the work that they're trying to do behind the scenes to develop kids is really matches my ethos in the sport as well. So really enjoying being there.
That's great news. Maryland's
great shot there from Liam.
Yeah, and Maryland's are a great supporter of and junior bowls, and a great club too. Fantastic place for that. Is a brilliant shot by Liam. Oh,
Charlie's turned his back
straight away.
Good on him. He's turned around and watched the rest of it, so that's good.
Yeah, that's right. That's good coaching and good discipline in the end.
Yeah, that'd be Chalks' influence.
not his pop sitting up there.
Just going to go around behind and unfortunately drop in.
Yeah, just dropped in, but he's done the damage with his first one, I think, there, and Jackie's still kind of hanging out a bit there to play. As I see one of the great club administrators, speaking of supporters of junior programs and amazing bowls and getting bowls in the community, Kevin Anderson's watching now.
Okay. What a bowl from young Josh.
Fantastic, Josh. He's Wilksy telling me that he's growing his hair to grow a wig for Wilksy. But good on you, Josh. That's a good shot, mate. And Hux to match him up.
Yeah, Huxley's saying it's quick.
Yeah, yelling at his bowl. It's going to hook around and take Jack, though.
Yeah, he has. He's nailed it in the middle. He's rather apologetic, but no, he was up and gave himself that good chance.
He bellied it and sitting back there with it. We talk about luck a lot in these games, and Tim certainly, with that sportsmanship that he has, just even yesterday apologising for getting some lucky shots.
Yep.
And
he handled that very well.
Yeah.
That's a very good effort there from Josh.
Yeah, very good. And Huck's just doing the same thing there. Sometimes if you play for the shot, it's not luck. It's at all. I think, he played for that shot and got there. He kind of looked disappointed, yelling at it to slow down, but hell, it worked.
Yeah, I still go away to a lot of tournaments, and you've got players riding bowls, asking for wicks and whatever else. But all these kids, all very polite. They're all apologetic when the luck does come about. But as you know, luck is a part of our sport.
Yep. Just fantastic sportsmen.
Yep.
And women. And as I said yesterday, last night I was saying it. Sorry, before the broadcast came back on, that that last end. Watching Tim and Tom finish, and Tim about to play his last bowl right in front of us, and they paused in the game and stopped, and they just stood and embraced and said, "Good luck."
Yep.
And supporting each other as well as just hoping to win at the same time.
That's one of the things I love about this sport too, Ben. That camaraderie. Charles is just going to be a bit short here. He needs to be up and give himself a chance with his next one. Josh does have a good second shot in there.
Yeah, we're a good community in bowls. Everyone's pretty supportive, and obviously every now and again there's detractors, but as a whole, I mean, look at the support these guys have. Parents, friends, coaches, club officials, everyone's up here just looking after them, as they should be.
Charlie's got this down with fairly good weight, but it's just not going to turn past. It was a bit quick in the end, yeah. Yeah,
he adjusted his weight a bit, probably to play positive and just a little bit much.
There's Jordan Lean. You can see his dad in the background. They do look alike apart from the hairdo.
That's it.
or should you say the hair?
Jordan, a bit of a feature on the live streams too, by the way. He's got a hold.
Just through,
yeah.
Well,
that'll be another one to
zone 2. tightening up a little bit. We've got 3 ends to go. 4 shots in it. Yeah, the reason we've got so much good sportsmanship in our particular sport with young people is because they do play with adults regularly, which doesn't happen in a lot of sports. That's the nature of our particular sport. Very inclusive, with ages, with disabilities.
Well, look, you're exactly right. Now, yeah, age and disability, all abilities is a real thing in this, and one of my passions in the sport, and one of the things I loved about my last job was the all ability sections and the para side of it. But the kids playing with the adults and at the same level, and even, as you said, with the para, and everyone can play at the same level and compete heavily. A lot of these guys play pennants through the open system.
Good shot, Zoe. Great start. Yeah, exactly right. And one of the things that I actually really enjoyed was being able to play the sport with my own kids. I know a lot of these kids and their parents get to play sport together, and it's probably more rewarding for the parents rather than the kids. But it is a great thing to be able to say that, and playing with whole families from up to grandparents and whatever else as well. It's great to see.
Yeah, I'm loving that. One of the aspects of even unification is that at the moment is that parents, and not just one parent, but parents are getting to play with their kids as well. And I've seen that at a few clubs, husbands and wives getting to play together or against each other, and something I'm hoping to drag my kids into the game. They've so far resisted, and that's part of the reason I want to start this academy, believe it or not, up in the north of Zone 7.
Yep.
And get a group of kids, so they're not just playing with adults, they're playing with their peers as well, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what this event has shown me as well.
Reese is very close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, great effort. Like, it may not be shot, but it's another one right in there amongst it. Yeah, Chris Green over at Tarrant Point used to run a father-son, and I think it then became parent and child or something like that, and it was patronised very well, but these days it is hard to fill a lot of tournaments. But that was a good concept, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got some good ideas, Chris Green, one of the best managers getting around. Tarrant Point, a power club, and
he's gone, yes.
He did, that's right. I forgot he went down south, didn't he? He's at Deer Park.
Yep.
He hasn't. I don't know if he's left yet, but yeah, he'll be on his way soon. Deer Park picking up a beauty there.
Yep, we're acquainting with Mark Casey down there.
Yep. He's pretty good, but he's no Kevin Anderson.
Another quick bowl there. So Liam's just going to drop into the ditch there.
I love the form of this young man here. He's got very few bad habits, young Charlie. Just watching the way he moves, even like you said, turning his back on the bowl is a bad habit, but he turned and went straight back to watch it finish. A little bit short there with a second and wide. He's got a future though if he keeps it up. Stays in that pretty strong system down at Marumbula or down the south there. Hucks on his forehand, mate. Get an edge. No, he's going to just touch Charlie in a little bit. Zoe's still holding. Zoe's very first bowl.
Yes, those white ones just behind of Reese's would be very enticing for the Zone 7 side to sit on Zoe's or touch that jack a touch.
Yeah, well, Josh has gone around his backhand.
His weight's looking just short, yep. He might be up enough.
Got a roll on.
Not quite, I don't think.
Well, you called it. I thought, you've called it early.
Yeah, watching the bowls this week, you can see the change in pace throughout the day on a couple of these rinks.
And it's strange, isn't it? It's not something you would expect from something that's completely enclosed.
Yep.
But the air conditioner does play an effect. It changes he's kicked it. Actually, he's made it better.
Yep. Good bowl there from Huxley.
But as the day gets warmer outside, the air conditioner inside changes, and it changes something in the carpet, moves it in and out.
Yeah, and actually just watching bowls rather than playing it, you can see them start to pull up a little bit quicker at different times of the day. He's close in underneath.
That is... Oh.
They got 4 seconds, I think, so they've set it up very nicely.
He was within, 3 inches of the perfect bowl there at the moment. That's brilliant. Starring the making little Charlie Wilkes, he says, under great guidance with Chalks and Linton at Tathra. Linton, of course, sitting here, or he's up there now, Charlie, with talking to Linton behind the scoreboard.
Yeah, right.
Linton's his pop, and his dad plays as well. Good club Tathra too, by the way. I love it down there. One of my favourite places on the south coast.
Jordan would love another one in here, and even if he touches that, he doesn't have the chance of dropping the big margin now. So
kind of a wry look there from Josh, because I think he actually touched Jack back a little bit into Zoe there.
Yeah, I can't tell who's actually got shot.
Oh, I think I do. Yeah, no, Josh indicated one down, so I do think it's...
Yes, I did move the Jack then.
Oh, Charlie's ball's just had a little kick in. It's not a good spot for zone 7 there.
Yeah, so even though Jordan did run into that bowl and nearly give it away, he really needed one in there because it was really set up there for, touch the Jack, moves Zoe's bowl, and it was 5. So
I definitely played a great shot.
The fact that he wasn't scared to get in amongst it was very important.
And look at this. This will match him up at the back and take that away completely. Good shot.
Well, there's not much in all the games out here. We do have one game that's 14-6. That's the biggest margin. They've still got 6 ends to play. That's zone 10 over zone 3, but all the others are a little bit closer than that again.
Fairly slow game happening over there. Just jump on that scoreboard and update and see if I can... They're all standing in front of me at the moment. So it's 9:15, zone 4, 9, zone 12, 15. I can't see the end, so I'll update that in a second. Zone 3 against zone 10, 6:14. Well... After 9. And that's an interesting one because Zone 3 powered their way through their first game, winning 21-6, I think it was. Zone 15 versus Zone 3. I've just got one of the Tarrant Point ladies standing in front of that scoreboard. I'll update that soon. 6, 11, Not bad. Okay, how have they gone here? So they've adjusted the mat, so they're going very long here. Zone 2. Zoe riding a bowl in, waving her arm across, willing it to turn.
Yeah, there's lots of kids who do that. It doesn't seem to work.
It's adults who do that. I'm more of a Yoda use the force kind of guy. I put my hand out in front of me and try to guide the bowl in like that.
Very good start there from Zoe. And
rip a weight.
For those who don't know, both these young ladies up front, both New South Wales state players. So having a good battle. Another good weighted shot, just a bit tight there from Reese.
Bowls shoot everywhere. The zone 5 player having a bit of a crack at the head there. But I think that's Ethan Scott Brannigan's bowl sitting next to Jack, as usual. His last year in the junior system.
Yes, he's been here for many, many years.
Yeah, Big Red, as he keeps getting commented on online.
Another good bowl from Zoe. I don't know what it looks like for you at home, but the screen I'm looking at, Zoe's bowls look grey. And as you say, they are bright pink.
Bright pink, that's right. Yeah, they look a little bit pinker on the Facebook for. Here we go,
right,
Reese.
Yeah, what a shot, Reese.
Brilliant. And these two are having a really bit of a tussle we're watching on here. Two, as you said, state level players that are obviously at the top of their game after a week of bowls here and a tri-state series.
Yes, both competed in the pairs as well.
Oh, Liam has run through a little bit. Won't be upset with where that is.
Well, as you said, they've stretched this one out. The mat is probably 1.5 2 metres up from the tee. Jack on the tee. And both girls up front have just nailed their weight lovely. And Liam not far behind it.
Josh Sharwood on the Facebook feed here saying he skipped against Zoe at Windang, and she kicked his butt.
Oh.
He's all he's saying. Oh, here we go.
Great effort from young Liam there.
He's
made it better too.
Did everything except carry Jack.
Yeah. He's no gap there now. He's fattened up the target. His team will be happy with that.
Charlie asking good questions here. I just realised he's got the card as well. Good on him. Just a little short. The long end, the change in end is often gets into a bowler's head, and I think it has for Charlie there. He's just had...
Yeah, just a bit of experience.
Yeah.
As we saw, the girls and Liam have got their weight very well. As we see Huxley coming down on his backhand. A little bit through. Does run into his teammate Zoe's bowl and rolled in a bit closer.
So not a huge amount of direction there from Charles. Just saying either hand. It's one. They're holding one. Josh just scooting across the grass there. Don't have the weight either. We'll get the next one. Hux is having some kind of game today.
Yeah, once again, a bit heavy, and it just is not going to go turn from out on that hand.
Yeah, you can see
he was probably playing weight, probably a bit quicker than what he wanted, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you can see what he's playing there, trying to either move Jack back or push Reese away.
Josh's second bowl coming down now. Can he navigate the traffic? The answer is no.
It's open that side now. There's nothing in the way.
Yes, I would say that the Zone 7 players are probably a little nervous here. They've got shot,
and
but it
else.
is Jack high. And there's next to 4, at least 4, yeah. Next 4 are against them, yep.
That's right. Their next bowls are over here,
Yep.
over on your screen there on the right-hand side.
So we'll see how Jordan handles the stickiness on this hand with weight. He's actually got pretty good weight here.
Yeah, he's played some extraordinary bowls today too. They're waving it down and they think it's weak, a bit soft, and it has just laid up.
Well, that's one bowl. Zone 7 has survived.
That's it. And it would be tense too. Only 3 in it with 2 ends to go. They'd love to win at least one of the ends. And it's a little bit pacey, isn't it?
If you get on Zoe's, it's going to be a great result.
And it has, and that's... Yeah.
I mean, the trail's still on now, but it's got to be the Jack, not the bowl. He's definitely got a lot more weight.
A lot of push, yeah, big push.
He doesn't like it, it's tight, yeah. Second best result.
Yeah, to go. So 1 to Zone 7 there. Oh, 1 bowl to come. So this is the second round of the sectional play of the 4s in the State Junior Championships. Can't see the young blokes just standing in front of that there. I know
Charlie was willing it on, so it was obviously going to be short. And
1 to Zone 7. And nearly there. I've got the wrong amount of ends up somehow, I think. I just checked, but 13.9 is right. But
13.9 on 14, so last end, Zone 2 needing a 4 to tie it up. Zone 15 has a 3-shot lead with 3 to go over zone 13.
You've got that right now. 13, 14, 13, 9. Nope, I'm missing. That's the one I'm missing. My apologies. Let's start that again. 13, 9 on 14. Yep. And then I'll look over at the other scoreboards.
Yeah, zone 10. 5 ends to go. They've got a 7-shot lead, 14-7. Actually, obviously I'm down here as part of Bowls New South Wales, but I've actually got a finger in the pie in 3 zones that are competing at the moment. So zone 5, my club that I just have moved from, Glenbrook. So I've got them, I've coached them. They used, when I was teaching, a couple of those went to my school. So I've got that. As we see Zoe nearly run into the inside of Reese's Bowl. So I'm now in zone 10, so they're off playing over there as well. And Tom Rich from zone 4 is now moved down to Maryland's in zone 10 as well. So I've got a fair bit of personal interest as well as the
much
role.
to Mudgie's disappointment, I think. But,
look, this is another great bowl from Reese.
Yeah, that's for
Two
the last
sensational bowls.
Under a little bit of pressure, knowing they've got to keep multiples down, and that's 2 brilliant lead bowls. But,
and Zoe's done the right thing with being up with the first, and
she's no slouch of a bowler, mate. She's as she's seen, these two have had a classic battle, sort of a game within a game here.
And this is excellent weight again. If she gets the jack, it's great. But if she had missed it, it still would have given her team a chance. So that's absolutely brilliant lead bowling from these 2 young girls.
Just surgical there by Zoe, and magic, just brilliant bowls. It's, again, that singles game at the start between the leads has been so important. Just make sure I've got, once I start getting visibility of these boards a little bit, they're on the 14th end there, 17-9, zone 4 behind zone 12.
And while you're doing that, Charlie's just put a nice jack high bowl in.
Yeah.
He's been short a little bit, but knowing he's got to be up, he did that quite well. Liam's a bit disappointed in that. It would have been nice to have stayed up, but no use being short, so gave himself a chance and his team.
That's it. So Kelly Finn on the line now. I think that's Reese's mum from memory saying, go Reese. Go Reese.
Yep, that is. Kelly is Reese's mum. This is a very good bowl from young Charlie.
Yes, Charlie.
What a
Good
bowl.
boy. He'll be happy to finish that way, I think.
Yes, that's for sure.
Would have been stoked with his last 3 ends. And
having another bowl up there, past Jack High, knowing they can't drop a 4, that was very important.
Yeah, I'm very glad for the young man. I want to see him succeed. He's got a good attitude towards it all. Not really overwhelmed amongst the company he's in. Josh on his backhand. A few options there. Needs to be up, but again, that not turning with that little bit of weight.
Zone 2 now got a little bit of a chance with Josh accidentally pushing Liam's through a touch. So there is a bank of 3 just in behind there.
And Huck's playing for it by the looks.
Oh, he's close. Well, that's
better again. That's another back one.
Yeah. Josh staying down here on this particular ditch hand. He's got good weight to push through this, and
that's Charlie's bowl going back.
Give him a chance.
Wants it to sit up.
It was unlucky. That was definitely the shot to play to try and put something in amongst it.
And probably lucky Charlie's hung up there too, by the way.
Yeah.
So that little green bowler, Charlie, I say little, I'm not entirely sure what size he's using, but has hung up on the ditch. And that one Hux is running through and sitting with it by the looks.
Yeah, well, there's definitely chances here for zone 2.
Yeah, it really is. If I was zone 7, I'd be pretty terrified at the moment, actually.
Yeah, Josh was probably just a bit too quick through there last bowl, or unlucky that he didn't run into something, get an edge off getting closer. But on your screen. All those bowls just back there, you can see the 2 pink ones and the 2 closest blue ones. They're all zone 2. You can't see, but close to the ditch, Charlie does have one of his green bowls just hanging on the lip there. So
that's right, just behind that final blue one there.
So jack back too far is not great for Jordan in zone 2. Charlie's just going to go in underneath here.
A little bit tight. He'd like to be in the way if he's not there, and he's made it harder.
It's not actually in his way, but it is in his eye, and that's the difference. Yeah, then things like that can make a difference.
You see that little bit of negative fixation. It's,
So I'm not sure if that sound came across over the screen, but Huxley's called him down on his backhand. He's actually said he's looking for the bowl, and if you accidentally get the jackets forward, you're not quite sure. I think the jack is definitely the best, and that's unlucky because that's now made it so much harder to get the 4.
Well, he's got 1 bowl left to do it.
Yep.
And Charles here just on his forehand again, playing with some intent, playing to arrive. Would be happy to knock that pink bowl through.
I think the best
it's
one
pretty close.
Yeah, rocking that wide has actually been big too, so yeah.
It did come through, thanks Alison.
Don't know how they get the 4 here now. Well, the call from Huxley is just to try and sit in there and make 2. And he's just going to be underneath. So they're shaking hands already. So that is a victory.
Pretty sure, yep. 1
to zone 7.
1 to zone 2 there in the end. And
yep.
A victory for zone 7. Guys down there at the Maroonbula Dolphins and the Tathra Eagles, you'll be pretty happy with the way that went. And zone 7 after a bye have won that. And another game to come in the 3rd round this afternoon in, what's the time now? 14:45, so something like 3:30, quarter past.
Yeah, it sounds like that. And they'll be, for those who are following zone 7, they'll be playing zone 8, the Riverina sort of area. And a victory there, it'll come down to points differential. If the zone 8 side win, they'll go through.
Exactly right, mate. Thank you very much for joining us in the commentary then. It's been
Ben.
an absolute pleasure, and your insights are really good, and I love your passion for the game, mate. Good on you. Well
Thanks,
done.
Mate. All the best, guys.
We'll see you in half an hour. Thank you.